In this video, we're going to look at a geometric sequence. And again, this time we will write the explicit equation and the recursive equation. So the first thing we always need to do when we look at a sequence is determine how it's changing. So when I look at the sequence below, I can tell that this is multiplying by 2. If you look at that and the first thing you see is that it's adding 10, remember to try that for all of your numbers. 20 plus 10 is not 40. So we've got to try something else. But that one times 2 works also. And times 2 works again. Okay, so that must be my pattern. It's multiplying by 2. And because it's multiplying, that's how I know it's geometric. All right, so we are ready to write our explicit equation. Your explicit equation is a little bit different here, but you're looking for the same things. Thing number 1, how is it changing? We got that. Thing number 2, what is your initial value? And remember, an initial value is term 0. So the first number in my list that I see is 10. So that must be my first term. So to get my 0 term, I'm going to have to go backwards. So we're going to ask ourselves, some number times 2 equals 10. The number is 5. And then we'll double check. 5 times 2. Yep, our pattern still works. So your explicit equation always starts with t of n equals, so the value of the term equals, and now there's 2 parts. This thing that it's changing by, we call this our multiplier. So we're going to use both of the things we found. My initial value is 5, and then my multiplier is 2 every time it's doubling. And I'm going to raise it to the, oops, shouldn't be an x, that should be an n. Raise it to the n power. So here's how this works. Let's test. This is term number 1, term number 2, term number 3, and term number 4. Okay, let's use term number 3. So if I were trying to find the value of term number 3, then I can plug in a 3 right here. Term number 3 should be equal to 5 times 2 raised to the 3rd. Okay, let's see if it is. So 5, 2 cubed is 8. So I'm saying term number 3 should be 40. It is. Okay, so our equation is good. Next one, recursive. So remember, recursive equations are the ones that look a little bit trickier, but honestly I think they're easier to find. So your recursive equation always starts like this. This tells me that I'm looking for the next term. The plus 1 means the next term. So to get to the next term, think about it in words. I'm going to take the term before it and I'm going to multiply it by 2. That's all you need to do. A more common way to see this written might look like this. 2 in front. 2 times t of n. But because you're multiplying, you can do it in any order, so either one is fine. But the question is, where do I start? I know that I need to multiply by 2 to get to my next term, but we have to tell them where to start. So term number 1 is 10. Now I know what number to multiply by 2 in order to get my second term, which is 20, and then multiply again to get my third term, which is 40. And there you go, explicit and recursive equations.